Good morning. It's Friday, last day of the work week here. We've got a tractor to clean up. The plan is to move it probably outside, clean the floor up because we've got lots of dirt underneath this tractor from all the stuff we picked off yesterday. And then we'll probably work in here, maybe with the power washer, probably with the hose, and try and clean it up as best we can today. And we'll see from there. I don't know, but that's the plan. Brock's gonna be here, so we'll let him do it, because then I don't have to. Yikes. All right, I'm gonna clean this up. Oh no, guys. The bearing went out on our wheelbarrow tire. I'm gonna see if I can shove it back in there. That's original. This is like the original 1980s wheelbarrow here. This thing is quality. We can't be having this. Well, I don't know if it's gonna hold. I pushed it back together and it's at least straight, but it seems like there's a spacer missing or something to help keep that wheel centered. I don't know. I loaded it up. We're gonna take it out to the field and dump it. Okay, let's pull it back inside here. Well, I made Brock wash, so we're just kind of low pressure cold water with the power washer and getting into with the short gun there some of the areas that can't get with the big long wand. And yeah, well, we'll do what we can in here, I guess. All right, well, while he's power washing in there, I've been working on some seed business stuff. What I really should do is tackle that and all of that. Aww. He switched to the hose. Does that mean he's almost done? I don't know. Does look pretty good though. Definitely getting there. More dirt on the floor. Since I don't have my ventilation fan yet, this is how we're going to do it. Let a little moisture out here for a second before we go to lunch, so it'll warm back up by the time we get back. Steamy. Gosh. There. All right, we are back from lunch, and Brock is going to keep washing. So I was just looking stuff over. He actually did a pretty good job. We got a lot of dirt off of this thing this morning, and yeah. Got some up there, got some in the middle. When you're in here and you can get in the tight spots, it's a lot easier than trying to do it outside with the big long wand on the power washer. And so that's kind of what we're focusing on. Like down in there that he still needs to get some of, yeah. Getting in here cleaned up pretty well though. That looks good. I'm making progress here. It may not look like it, but I am. Also trying to do some figuring on some rebates and stuff that I'm supposed to be getting and haven't yet. Anyway, Brock needs a fresh set of eyes. He said he's got all the dirt off of it. I bet he doesn't. Let's see what we can find. He got the dirt off the bottom of that seal, but not the top. Well, it looks pretty good. There is some stuff up in here yet. Under the cab is always a really difficult place to get. Got that cleaned up really nice. You guys probably can't see anything because it's dark, but that's all right. We're being a little nitpicky, but there is some stuff in here yet on the engine compartment. I told him to wash these radiators out really well. Somebody made a comment on yesterday's video about blowing those out. And I don't blow the radiators out very often, occasionally if we have trouble or something, but we will spend a lot of time with a hose and just start rinsing and washing and trying to rinse all the dirt and stuff out of those as much as possible. And these ones kind of fold out of the way so you can get in there a little bit better. You can see there's some dirt, but they're really not too bad. I mean, I can see through those pretty well, and they're relatively clean, so that's not too bad. There is still some dirt back in there. It's really difficult to get to, but we'll do the best we can. And yeah, looks good. He can keep working on that. I'm gonna keep working on cleaning my desk up. They don't look dirty, but boy, you can get a lot of dirty water to come out of them things. There, how about now? Does it look better now? I kind of don't want to do that side, but we're getting there. Well, I have nice, neat, organized piles. Now I just need to file them. Brock's going to take the tractor out and clean the floor up, he said. You can see all the water dripping off the front, coming out of the radiator. He did pretty good for working in the shop here. Not really using the power washer much. I'm not 100% sure he has ever driven an articulated tractor before, so there's that. He did okay. Out's the easy part, though. It appears we've got another drain that needs unclogging. Cleaned out. We cleaned this one out last year in this late winter. And, yeah, time to do it again, I guess. Temporary short-term fix. This might be fun. We'll see how good he is. He did all right. It gets packed full of dirt. If you can loosen it up and let it get to the tile, then it'll drain a little bit better. But sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Well, I got it to go, but it still needs cleaned out. I think the water's going to go down at least. Started to. Well, didn't get it. So we'll wash up what we can and let it drain over the weekend. Water will be gone at least when we get back, and then I guess Monday we get to clean the drain out. And Brock's not even going to be here. Lucky. All right. Well, this is quite a bit better than it was. At some point, I need to go through these, clean that pile up, and this one, and just basically throw all that stuff away. All of these binders are full of really old yield maps from back when I thought I needed to print all of these things out. And like that one, 2011 planning maps. Completely pointless and worthless to have now, but I've got them all, and I just need to go through and clean this stuff out. Turns out all this stuff is stored on a computer. You don't really need to print it. What's this? Yeah. That's a variety map. Look at that. We used to do it hand drawn. Oh yeah, that's funny. Should probably work on some of this stuff too, although a lot of this is Dad's, not mine, so I don't know. I'll sort it a little bit. I do have to say, I was pretty good at making cover sheets back in 2012. Look at that. You got the Pioneer Seed Guide back when we used to still plant some Pioneer before it got its butt kicked for us. These are just planting maps. These aren't even yield maps. I was pretty good at wasting paper. That whole pile there is 2009 through 11. That's it. Haven't looked at them since the day I put them in the cupboard. Yeah. 2013, first year of the spreadsheets, where I had them all like, it's little. Can't read it. It's a little. Come on, focus. Focus. Not going to do it. Kind of. But I still do this today, and still pretty much the same setup, although I've refined my spreadsheet a little bit, but write down which hybrid to plant in every single field. It's so small you can't even read it. I've also got my hybrid list and variety list here. Our seed costs haven't changed a whole lot. This list price number is, some of that's gone up, but the net price averages, let's see, back then we were paying $208 a bag for Golden Harvest and $235 for Pioneer. I don't know what Pioneer costs these days, but my Golden Harvest is still in that ballpark. Everybody complains about seed costs going up, but that's the same now as 2013. Planting maps. These aren't even yield maps. Like, why did I plant? I do know why I planted these or printed these back then. Because back then, I did not have the John Deere mobile app where I could pull up the online maps from my phone. So what I did was I printed them, and then I would carry this binder around with me every year. So when I would go into fields to check, and see what, scout during the summer, I had these maps with me and I could tell what varieties I was looking at. And like this field here, we had a split planter. Well, we had the light blue was a Golden Harvest 8969. The yellow was 8577. Those are both old numbers, 109 day and 107 day. And then we had some Pioneer on this other side here, 109 day Pioneer. Yeah, there's a 102 day Pioneer. Here's one. Yeah, this was the year that we quit planting Pioneer because we had all these split planter situations like this. Like this 35F48 was a good Pioneer number, and I had this 8211 Golden Harvest, and it smoked it. I had 6 side-by-sides that year, split planter, just like that, and the Golden Harvest won 5 out of the 6, so I couldn't justify paying an extra $30 a bag for the Pioneer corn that I don't get paid to sell. You guys want to see something really cool? We're getting real nostalgic now here. So some of you may know, if you've been watching long enough, that I was a pretty big FFA guy back in high school, even a little bit in college. I was a state FFA officer in the state of Michigan. And part of the FFA program is doing what they call an SAE project, or a supervised agricultural experience. And so being from a crop farm, my SAE was obviously involved with crop farming. Not only did I work for my dad and for our farm, but he was gracious enough to rent me some of my own ground and let me manage it, let me make all the decisions for it, let me make or lose the money on it. Check this out. This binder is my records from my SAE project. Like, these are old school records. 2005. I want you to see something here. So this is my corn tickets from when I sold the grain back in 2005. What's this one? Oh, this is wheat from 2005. Holy cow, you guys. So we sold wheat 7/11 of 2005 for a whopping $3.03 per bushel. Oh, ouch. Look at this one. 11/7 of 05. This one is corn. This one is corn. $1.39. Ouch. For the record, right now, we can sell corn for $4.19 a bushel. Right now. And to top that off, here's some more records. So this was my field 1-1. That's the one that one of the ones that I rented. I had like 75 acres, I think. We planted a Pioneer number 34B23, and this is long before I worked for Golden Harvest. Population 30,500. We planted it on May 22nd of 02. Fertilizer that was applied, anhydrous. Total pounds of fertilizer, chemicals that we used. Date harvested 11/6, 97.2. We had a terrible dry summer that year. It was brutal, and I had really bad corn. Now this is 2002, not 2005, so I did get more than $1.39 a bushel for it. But yeah, here was another field. What year is this? This is 03. It was beans, averaged 42.5, which back then wasn't all that terrible actually. Had some test strips with some insecticide. Aphids. Yeah, we had aphids. Gained 10 bushel the acre. Huh. Cool. Man, this is awesome to go back through some of this stuff and look at it. I've got soil maps. We've got, what else do we got in here? Soil test results. All kinds of good stuff. Cool. Wow, even the financial stuff. Look at this. We got seed, $94.28 a bag. So from 2002 to 2000 and what was that, 12 or 13? Price went way up. Hasn't moved up near as fast since then. Chemical cost, $26 a gallon, 83 a gallon. I have to go figure that per acre. Starter, $195 a ton. NH3, $250 a ton. Right now, I think maybe we could buy it under $500, but just barely. Potash 125. It's definitely way higher than that now. Some of the equipment charges, what Dad charged me to do stuff. $4 an acre to spray, $21 an acre for harvest. Rent, I was paying $110 an acre. Yeah, rent's a lot higher now too. All right, we're done with that. Well, I got stuff cleaned up halfway decent in here, so that's good. I have one more cool thing that I want to show you guys. So I was playing around with some of our weather charts. So we've got those weather stations, Davis weather stations, this deal right here. And I put one up down to Berkey this past summer. You guys saw that if you watched. But anyway, one of the cool things on it, if you pay for it, which I clicked on the free trial version so I could see it, and it's nice, but I don't know if it's $120 for 3 years nice. I don't know. We'll see. If I could get this for both stations for what it costs to subscribe, I would be more apt to do it. But they want me to do a subscription for each one of my stations, which is a little bit expensive. Beside the point. So this is a chart, and I printed these off to compare. So this chart here is temperature and rainfall for basically the summer. It starts on 4/15 and it would only print to about 9/22 or 9/23, but basically our growing season. And so a couple of things that we can compare with this one, which is the same time frame but in 2019. And so when I lay these next to each other, look at how much more rain we had in this portion in 2019 than we did in 2020. And it's not so much that the totals maybe weren't that much difference, because we got this one huge spike here. This is where we had that huge flood that caused all of our replant. There was this particular day, it was almost 3.5 inches, but if you add in all the other rain for the days right next to it, and it was over 5 or 5.5 inches there. So that was our big rain event, but we were fairly dry before that, and we got dry again after that with a couple of decent rains scattered throughout the summer, that was here. That weather station is right out there, and that's why our crops were halfway decent, especially our beans. This rain right here, that one made our bean crop. Now you look at this one, and this is 2019, and you can see we had rain every single day from April 15th all the way through. This was a big one the end of May, and then they started getting a little bit more scattered, but we still had rain right up to the 21st, 22nd. That one's the 23rd of June, and that's why we weren't able to get our crops planted. We had just a short, small window right here that we planted when it was probably, well, we did that down to Berkey because we didn't get as much in this rain down to Berkey. So I planted on June 4th, and then it was June 8th right here before that rain, and then it was this window when we planted almost all of our beans, like the 26th to the 29th or something like that of June. So whereas in 2020 here, we had a really nice stretch of weather between the 1st of May and the 8th or 9th of May, somewhere in there, that we were able to get all that stuff planted. Unfortunately, it got drowned out, and we ended up doing it again during this window. So, but the rest of the growing season, they were fewer and farther between, but look how much rain we got in some of these bigger rainfall events that we did not get this year. That was the difference in our growing season, is we need these bigger rains, these 1.5, 2-inch rains late in the year, and we didn't get them. You know, this one was the only one that we got after our major flood that we had more than 1 inch in the day. We just didn't get the rain, so it got dry. And yeah, and the temperature side of stuff, they're fairly similar. And we started off a lot cooler in 2019, but we did get some heat and it cooled down. This one we kind of ramped up a little bit faster, but we stayed in there. I don't know if that made a whole lot of difference one way or the other, but anyway, it's kind of cool to look and see across, weather from one year to the next. Anyway, I know I didn't really accomplish much today other than cleaning up my office and some paperwork stuff, but Brock did a really good job on this tractor, getting stuff cleaned up. We still got a lot of work to do to it with polishing and cleaning, and we're going to make it shine. That'll be next week's project. We need to get our foam cannon out, soap stuff up real good, scrub it down, and then we're going to get the buffer out and try and clean it up. I did not do a great job on this one last year because I was sick of it, frankly. This was the last tractor, or the last big tractor that we had through the shop, and I was just trying to move on to get to something else. So we're going to fix it this year. We're going to do it right. We're going to put that ceramic on it. I don't know. Maybe we'll get to that next week. But anyway, I have got some stuff going on tonight, so I'm going to head out of here. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will be working next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll see after that of what else is going on, but that's my plan for right now. So thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe buttons for me, please. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, one more thing. I've got some more cool analytics stuff that we're going to be working on, and I'm going to start spending a little bit more time working on the computers and stuff. But I've got these historical crop yield stuff, and this spreadsheet looks complicated, but it's got each of our fields kind of ranked in there. So I need to start working on some of that, updating those things, and I'll show you guys how all that's done when I get to it. Plus, spend some more time looking at yield maps and seeing what worked for us this year and what didn't.